There are moments in life when the comfortable routine, the predictable rhythm of your days, is shattered in an instant. When a single event, brutal and unforeseen, plunges you into a reality you never imagined possible. For the Miller family, David and Sarah, and their young son Leo, that moment arrived with devastating force. A sudden, catastrophic accident left them grappling not just with profound physical and emotional wounds, but with a future that seemed utterly bleak, defined by insurmountable challenges and the chilling certainty that their lives would never be the same. They faced the impossible, a long, painful journey of recovery, overwhelming medical bills, and the crushing weight of adjusting to life with new, severe limitations. The world saw a family broken, a tragedy to pity. Friends offered sympathy, but few truly understood the depth of their struggle. They were isolated, facing a future filled with unknowns, convinced that their joy had been extinguished, their dreams replaced by a relentless battle for survival. It seemed as though hope itself had abandoned them. But what if, even in the face of unimaginable adversity, the human spirit possesses an extraordinary capacity for resilience? What if true strength isn't about avoiding hardship, but about confronting it head-on, together, with an unyielding will to fight for every breath, every step, every flicker of hope? This is the extraordinary, raw, and utterly triumphant story of the Miller family. It's a testament to the quiet suffering many endure, the profound courage it takes to rebuild from absolute zero, and the remarkable journey of how one family, united by an unbreakable bond, faced adversity and emerged stronger, their courage a beacon of inspiration. Prepare to be incredibly moved, because this is a heartfelt chronicle about the unyielding power of love and fierce determination. The Miller family was a picture of quiet contentment. David, a carpenter by trade, was strong, dependable, with hands that could build anything. Sarah, a talented musician, filled their home with melodies, teaching piano to local children. Their son, Leo, a bright and curious 5-year-old, was the light of their lives, always exploring, always asking questions. They lived in a cozy house on the outskirts of a small, friendly town, surrounded by nature. Their life was simple, predictable, filled with laughter, shared meals, and the comforting rhythm of their daily routines. They loved spending weekends outdoors, hiking forest trails, fishing in the nearby lake, teaching Leo to ride his small bicycle. David would build things for Leo, a treehouse, a sturdy wooden swing set in the backyard. Sarah would compose cheerful tunes, inspired by Leo's innocent joy. They were a team, a harmonious trio, facing life's small challenges together, always with a smile. Their future stretched out before them like a calm, sunlit path, filled with dreams of watching Leo grow, of quiet family moments, of building a life filled with love and simple joys. They felt secure, protected, believing that their bond could weather any storm. Then the world shattered. It was a clear, sunny afternoon. David, Sarah, and Leo were on their way to the park, just a few blocks from their home. They were laughing, talking about Leo's new toy, when a distracted driver, speeding and weaving, lost control of his vehicle, swerving directly into their path. The next thing David remembered was chaos, screeching metal, shattering glass, excruciating pain. Then silence, a ringing, terrifying silence. He tried to move, to reach for Sarah, for Leo, but his body wouldn't obey. He could only hear Leo's soft, whimpering cry and Sarah's strained, almost inaudible gasp. He was trapped, crushed, surrounded by the wreckage of their family car, the wreckage of their lives. The aftermath was a blur of flashing lights, frantic voices, the piercing wail of sirens. David woke up in a hospital bed, his body a symphony of pain. Sarah was in another room, severely injured. Leo, miraculously, had escaped with minor injuries, but was deeply traumatized. The news that followed was devastating. David had suffered a catastrophic spinal cord injury. The doctors were grim. Complete paralysis from the waist down, the surgeon explained, his voice gentle but firm. You'll never walk again, Mr. Miller. Your life will be significantly different. Sarah, though not paralyzed, had sustained severe internal injuries and a traumatic brain injury that affected her speech and fine motor skills. Her vibrant melodies were replaced by strained, slurred words, her once nimble fingers struggling with basic movements. And Leo, their bright, energetic boy, was withdrawn, silent, haunted by the memory of the crash. Their family, once a harmonious trio, was now a group of broken individuals, each grappling with the profound, terrifying new reality. The initial months were a blur of unimaginable pain, grueling physical therapies, and overwhelming despair. David faced the agony of learning to live in a wheelchair, his once strong, capable hands now his only means of mobility. He struggled with basic tasks, his independence stripped away. He often stared at his inert legs, consumed by rage and despair. He was a carpenter, a builder, now unable to use his tools, unable to build anything. His identity felt shattered. Sarah struggled with her own rehabilitation, painstakingly relearning to speak, to hold a fork, to write. The frustration was immense. Her music, once her solace, now felt like a painful reminder of her lost dexterity, her once fluid voice. She couldn't play the piano like she used to, her fingers stiff, unresponsive. She watched Leo, her heart aching. For his lost innocence, for the vibrant childhood that had been stolen from him, the emotional toll was immense. Grief for their lost future, anger at the distracted driver, profound sadness for the changes in their bodies, and fear for Leo's. Trauma. They faced mounting medical bills, their savings quickly depleted. David, once the family's rock, felt like a burden. Sarah, once the family's joy, felt like a shadow. They knew they had to be strong for Leo, but the strength felt impossible to find. They felt utterly alone in their struggle, facing a mountain of adversity that seemed too high to climb. They wondered if they would ever find joy or even peace. Again, the despair threatened to consume them, individually and collectively. There were days filled with tears, with arguments born from frustration, with moments of utter hopelessness. But deep within them, a shared flicker of courage refused to die. They were a family, and they had faced everything together before. This was their greatest challenge, and they would not surrender. It began with small, unspoken vows. David, during his solitary moments of physical therapy, would remember Leo's brave, innocent face. He would refuse to let his son see him defeated. He started pushing himself harder, meticulously practicing every exercise, his determination fueled by a fierce love for his family. He learned new ways to navigate his wheelchair, to adapt his environment, to regain control over what little he could. He learned about adaptive sports, about other individuals who had conquered similar limitations. He would find a way to contribute, to be a father, a husband, a whole man, even if his body was different. Sarah, in her own grueling speech and physical therapy sessions, found strength in David's silent resilience and in Leo's quiet, unwavering love. She meticulously practiced her speech exercises, her finger coordination drills, driven by the desire to speak clearly to her son, to play a simple lullaby on the piano again. She learned new ways to communicate, to express her love, to find joy in small victories. She refused to let her brain injury silence her spirit. She was determined to be a mother who could still read stories, a wife who could still express her love clearly. Leo, in turn, became their quiet inspiration. Though he struggled with his own trauma, he found solace in drawing, in playing silently. By their side, he showed them daily unspoken acts of love, a comforting hand on David's shoulder, a gentle kiss on Sarah's cheek. He reminded them of the innocence, the pure joy that still existed. His resilience in the face of his own trauma fueled their collective will to fight. Their home, once a place of vibrant laughter, became a quiet, determined battlefield. Every day was a lesson in courage. They learned to adapt, to innovate, to support each other in ways they never imagined. David learned to cook from his wheelchair, adapting recipes, creating tools. Sarah found adaptive ways to play simple melodies on a synthesizer, her music finding a new, poignant voice. They spent hours talking, truly talking, about their fears, their frustrations, but also about their shared hopes, their unwavering commitment to each other. They allowed themselves to be vulnerable, to lean on each other, forging an unbreakable bond in the crucible of their shared adversity. The Millers' courage in the face of adversity began to inspire others. Their story, initially a local tragedy, slowly transformed into a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit. David, once a private man, started speaking at spinal injury support groups, sharing his journey, his adaptations, his renewed purpose. He showed others that life in a wheelchair wasn't an ending, but a new beginning, a different path to strength and fulfillment. He even found a way to adapt his carpentry skills, designing accessible furniture, becoming a consultant for adaptive home modifications. His hands, once strong from building, now built blueprints for Hope. Sarah, her speech clearer, her hands more coordinated, returned to teaching piano, but now specializing in adaptive music lessons for children with neurological challenges. Her compositions, infused with the depth of her own struggle, resonated with profound emotion, becoming anthems of resilience. She found a new voice, a more powerful one, through her personal experience, teaching not just notes, but the music of the soul. Leo, having processed his trauma through therapy and the unwavering love of his parents, blossomed into a compassionate, empathetic young man. He became an advocate for safe driving, sharing his family's story, urging others to be mindful on the road. He organized community events to raise awareness for spinal cord injuries and neurological conditions, a direct result of his parents' own struggles. He was a living testament to their courage, carrying their legacy forward. The Miller family's home, once quiet with despair, was now filled with laughter, with music, with the joyful chaos of a life truly lived. They hosted support groups, welcoming others facing similar challenges. They proved that a family, united by love and an unyielding spirit, could rebuild from absolute zero, finding new purpose, new joys, and a profound appreciation for every moment. Their strength wasn't about pretending their injuries didn't exist. It was about acknowledging them, embracing them, and letting them teach them how to live more fully, more authentically than ever before. The Miller family's story is a powerful reminder that adversity, no matter how crushing, can forge an unbreakable spirit. It shows us that true strength isn't about avoiding hardship, but about confronting it together, hand in hand, finding courage in unity, and transforming tragedy into triumph. Their journey teaches us that even when the future seems bleak and life deals an impossible hand, the human heart possesses an extraordinary capacity to adapt, to redefine purpose, and to emerge stronger, more compassionate, and more profound. Their tale is a beacon of hope for anyone facing unimaginable challenges, for any family grappling with severe illness or trauma. It reminds us that healing is a journey, not a destination, and that along that path, the unwavering power of love, resilience, and collective courage can illuminate the darkest corners, guiding you back to a life filled with meaning, connection, and profound gratitude. Because when you face adversity with courage, you don't just survive, you inspire, leaving behind an unforgettable legacy of strength and triumph. If the Miller family's incredible story of Their courage in the face of adversity touched your heart. If it reignited a spark of resilience or reminded you of the profound power of love in difficult times, please take a moment to like this video. Your likes help us share these powerful true stories of strength and triumph with more people who need to hear them. And if you're moved by true tales of the human spirit, extraordinary courage, and life's beautiful transformations, be sure to subscribe to Heartfelt Chronicles. We bring you inspiring stories every week that remind us that even the toughest challenges can be overcome. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey with us. What's an adversity you or your family faced that showed you the true meaning of courage and strength? Share your powerful experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a space for support and shared understanding. Thank you for watching. And remember, your courage in the face of adversity is your greatest strength. See you in the next video.